Oh, it's going to be that kind of day, I think. Rambling with your tea, strange happening kind of days, different things. I've got a final dentist appointment here in a little bit to finish off that root canal, just a little finishing touches on it kind of thing. Wife just is taking her mom to the emergency room because having some kind of heart issues, arrhythmias or something. So she's taking her up to the emergency room. Hopefully all that'll be okay. Uh, So, having my morning tea, I just turned on the TV and I saw a Portal to Ascension had yesterday a UFO disclosure, UAP kind of thing seminar, multiple hours long. I'll put a link below to it. And I'm like, well, that sounds interesting. So I was like, I don't have time to sit here and watch that whole thing or even to get into it. So I clicked it on and I fast forwarded, a couple of guys on screen, about to the 2 hour and 14 minute mark. 2 hour and 14 minute. There's a guy on there on the right hand side, and he's talking, and he starts talking about black holes. And he said he's researched and looked into it for 30 years now. And he starts talking about him, how Stephen Hawking mentioned at the center of a black hole, it collapses into infinite density. And his theory is that it's a continuing collapsing field, forever collapsing kind of field thing. Instead of infinite density, it's always collapsing, moving, collapsing. And at some point, the quantum universe pushes back on it. And what happens, there's a point in there where time stops and all time gets captured. And in my mind, I'm thinking it's like a memory node. It's like, and this is a point where consciousness can rest, kind of thing, like a memory. And he said, and this is what some people call the Akashic Records. Now, I don't know too much about Akashic Records, just what I've heard here and there, but that clicked something in me when he said it's like time stops and all memories, kind of thing, of things that have occurred get stored there. And I'm like, wait a minute. The reason it clicked for me is back in Strange Happening 64. I was rambling with my tea there as well, rambling with my tea early in the morning, just thoughts. I had seen and just glanced over kind of a paper called The Universe is a Neural Network. It's talking about the holographic universe, the macro and the micro, the duality of things. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. I like things like that. And then I was just rambling with my tea, and it's like, thinking about black holes and how time stops there. And I'm just rambling here. So about the 4 minute mark, I'll show it here. Point of time stoppage. It's still there. It's still there in all these black holes. All this events that have occurred and light and everything that have come toward it. I don't want to say black holes as eyes and sees this and it captures it. These are like maybe memory nodes. Perhaps black holes are like memory nodes. Because at that time stoppage point around a black hole, time stops and it's a memory of everything that's ever happened around it. It's a little memory point. And these black holes are everywhere around the galaxy. Universe. Okay. That was dated September 12th, 2020 when I put that out, rambling with my tea, talking about that kind of thing. And that's the kind of things that go through my head sometimes. They just come into my head. And the reason today's going to be Strange Happening, because that's the first thing I turn on the TV. It's like, oh, well, that's interesting. Portal to Ascension, put something out, click, fast forwarded, stop it to the point, and there's this guy talking about this. And it's just like, I mentioned learning backwards, that I talk and ramble about stuff like this. Then I get confirmation later, and once again, here it is. So I think it's going to be that kind of a day. Sorry about the generator noise in the background. It's about 9 a.m. so far, and that's its run time. It's exercise time, so it's running right now. I decided to go ahead and, because I had turned off that video. I clicked on that video about the memory node black hole kind of thing, and I just turned it off. Pretty quick after I saw that, so I could do this video, and did some more little things. Clicked back on. It's like, okay, well, let's see if it's got anything more to say, and I just had to click it off again because Strange Happening Day is happening. He kept talking, and one of the things he got into was a consciousness spiraling waveform at the quantum level. It's almost like under the quantum level, this consciousness waveform That's maybe it's a mega being God, maybe what people call it. I don't know, source, but it's that consciousness waveform under the quantum stuff. And I'm like, oh my God! In that same exact video, strange happening, 64. Seriously, the micro quantum, small quantum states. You see that in Marvel's Infinity War. They talk about the quantum realm, but quantum entanglement, the way it works, and then there's quantum gravity. But something weird was going on with that was that there's an underlying waveform to all of this. It's a waveform that goes through everything, that links everything, and that's the solution to quantum entanglement and quantum gravity is this waveform. It's the same waveform that goes through the micro and the macro universe. So both of them, there's a waveform that people haven't seen yet, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know if it's out there. I don't know. Okay. And that was just rambling off the top of my head. That is not in the paper. That's not anywhere I've read. That's not anywhere anyone has ever told me before. And then this guy just said it. And I'm just like, it's going to be that kind of a day. And then just a few moments later, I think this is at the 2-hour, 20-minute mark for Portal to Ascension, that one. Because it was just a few minutes after, I started that video. He talks about one of the guys that was proposing some of these theories and putting this stuff out there was Wilhelm Reich. And I went, it took me a few seconds, probably about 15, 20 seconds. And then the name clicked. And I went, what? Just what? Because Strange Happening 129, not very long ago, I put out information, I don't even know what the title of that thing was, Facilitated Healing and Cloud Busting Video. There's a video I watched reacting to Kate Bush's song Cloud Busting, and I mentioned that this was based off of a story by Peter Reich. His father was Wilhelm Reich, and I said what I was getting through this was metaphysical kind of things in the video. Nobody else was catching this, and I put it out there. Then I discovered about this book, and then I'm like, that's what I'm getting from this video is all this metaphysical kind of stuff. And all of a sudden this guy just said it, Wilhelm Reich. That's the guy that was doing all this kind of stuff with this metaphysical energies, that kind of thing, which his son, Peter Reich, is what the cloud busting video is made from, that I just put a video out, Strange Happening 129, not long ago, and it's just, all these things are linking, and it comes back, and I'm just like, it is going to be that kind of a day, isn't it? Alright, it's about 5:30 p.m. Popcorn freak here. Love popcorn. Just love popcorn. Today's gone really smoothly. I got all the errands done I needed to get done, plus some. So that's been a really nice day. The previous videos, clips that you've seen here from Portal to Ascension, that's all I watched, was those few minutes of that one guy talking about the synchronicities that were happening with me and all that. That's all I've watched. I've not watched any more. That thing's like 9 hours long, and I only watched that little block. That's it. I've been too busy doing other things. Such as we got a new lawnmower, taken to the pink house tomorrow. Borrowed my brother's trailer. Got a new spare tire on it because it really needed it. Rewired it because the tail lights weren't working. Then put 2 brand new tail lights on there. Not just the bulbs, but the entire fixtures. So redid that all for him. So it's been upgraded a little bit. Yay. Leave things in better shape than when you found them. Also, went back to my brother's house, got his PEX line equipment. PEX line is a type of water line that's flexible. It doesn't freeze, and we use that at the pink house. So if it freezes, it won't crack. So I'm going to move that outdoor sink while there and install an outdoor shower there on the new rocky area. My neighbor just came by just a few minutes ago, and with freezers, ice chest freezers full of frozen food. Apparently a friend of theirs is moving to the Dallas-Fort Worth area permanently, and they're just cleaning out their freezers. And so they're taking everything, and they ran out of space and needed space. So I've cleared out 3 shelves in the upright freezer for them. We've filled 2 solid full shelves, and I've cleaned out a 3rd one for them, and I'm just waiting for them to come back to put that in there. Anyway, today's gone incredibly smooth. I don't have time really to watch all the rest of the Portal to Ascension stuff. Maybe I'll catch it later or some other time when I have a downtime. Tonight there's a Toronto Experiencers Group meeting. I don't even know. It may be 6 o'clock right now, and it's already started. And it's like, so much going on all the time. There was one last night that I missed completely. Had my mentorship with Phil. He moved it back till yesterday. And there was another Cosmic Conversations meeting yesterday with Barbara Lamb, who's awesome. And so I missed that. And the good thing about the mentorship is my wife is getting involved now. So she is trying to catch up a little bit. And we're going to kind of do it together. So that's kind of neat. And so that's kind of fun. Yeah, kind of nice having her there. And then Thursday night is another one, another Cosmic Conversations. It's like so many. It's hard to keep up with just the individual meetings, not counting the big seminars that are coming up. And it's just like, whew.